everything
right now as you are?
Yeah.
Then why are you going to the
And
gym?
I'll explain to you.
Then why are you going to the gym?
I will explain it to you. I love everything that my body is capable of doing.
You don't know what your body's capable of doing because you're a fat mess, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Like me now, I'd say I'm probably just under 15% body fat or something like that now. And I'll be real, yeah, like because I've been super lean, yeah, like this is probably lean for some people. I feel more on the fat side now. Do you know what I'm saying? And the thing is with me, you can see the separation in my biceps. Like I'm lean-ish. Obviously, I got stretch marks and that because I used to be a lot bigger. Do you know what I'm saying? I used to be a lot bigger. When I was younger, I was more like I was chubby and then I put on loads of muscle and I've lost it. Do you know what I'm saying? So I've seen my body change over the years, but I'm a lot more vascular now, everything like that. I can see certain things. I see separation in my muscles and that. But to me, to some people, this is lean. To me, this is more on the fat side. Do you know what I'm saying? And I feel more fat than I do lean at the moment. And I don't look like that. Do you know what I'm saying? Like I've got my war scars. You can see the stretch marks. Do you know what I'm saying? You can see them on my arms as well. Like you can see it. Like man's been through shit. Do you get what I'm saying? So I can speak on this. I can speak on this because I've seen what my body can do. I can see when I've put on loads of muscle, got up to 94 kilos, then lost the muscle and lost the fat, and now I'm down to 84 kilos. I've lost 10 kilos of a combination of muscle and fat. Like I've been really, really muscular. So I know what my body can do. When you look like this, you have no idea what your body can do because it can't do very much. Do you know what I mean? I've had boxing fights. I've played professional football matches. My body's done things. This fat fucker's body ain't done nothing. How can he turn around and say that? I love what my body can do. I've had 4 fucking knee surgeries. My body's actually been through stuff. What has your body done? Look at the state of you. You can't even climb a flight of stairs. Do you know what I mean? I'm offended when people that look like this turn around and say, what my body can do. Your body is fucking useless, bro. You're a dustbin, bro.
Love the fact that at my size, I can do a lot of things that other people smaller than me still cannot do.
But you want to lose weight though.
And yeah, right.
Which is good.
I want to lose weight because I love my body, but I have one body. Why would I not love it?
Yeah.
And because I love my
but
body,
you understand
is
that your
why
body
I'm
now needs
looking
to
make changes.
Yeah,
right.
Make changes.
But to say that loving your body is BS, no, you make changes.
If you loved your body, you wouldn't look like that. Because loving your body means this tastes really good, but I'm not gonna eat it because it's not good for me. That's what love is. Love is discipline. Do you know what I'm saying? That's exactly what love is. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's why people discipline their children, because when you hit your kid, yeah, it's because, listen, I love you. I'm trying to instill this in you, yeah. So later on down the line, it's not the police whooping you. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's exactly what it is. If you love your body, there's certain things you wouldn't put in your body. It's that simple. The reason why I don't really drink alcohol, yeah, and it's very much an occasional thing, is because I love my body. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm not going to drink every day because it wouldn't make sense, because alcohol is a poison for the body, which is why when you drink too much alcohol, you vomit. You don't vomit water when you drink too much water. You vomit when you drink too much alcohol because it's poison, bruv. You know what I'm saying? So it's one of them things where what people need to fucking understand is he can't turn around and say he loves his body, yeah, when he's putting all that shit in his body. That makes absolutely no sense. If you love your car, yeah, and you've got a diesel car, yeah, you're not gonna put fucking vegetable oil in the tank, are you? That doesn't make no fucking sense. You don't love your body, and you're a manifestation of the fact that you don't love your body.
You make healthy changes to yourself because you love yourself. All of that time that I'm putting in, the work, the money that I'm spending, that's a labor of love, because I love myself enough to know that I want to make some changes to live a better lifestyle, in the sense of I can just do a little bit more.
You're contradicting yourself, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? I can't lie. Maybe he's hungry. He can't think straight.
All right, let's bring in our disagreeers.
So it's not a single problem.
Oh no, I'm not saying there's not a single problem. To me, body
Oh, I'm not saying there's not a single problem to me. This guy's a bitch, man.
positivity is more about bodily autonomy. Like you were mentioning wanting to lose weight. My whole thing is like, yeah, it's your body. Do whatever you want with it. I don't think I, as a human being, have a right to tell any of you what to do with your bodies.
That's not the fucking point, bro. This guy's annoying, you know. I can't lie, bruv.
Body positivity kind of comes in and goes, okay, you as a human being have inherent value, just in the fact that you are a conscious soul on.
You don't have inherent value as a human being. You don't, especially as a man. As a man, you have no inherent value, bro. I always tell you guys this. Do you know what I'm saying? Because everyone that supports my channel, I care about you. This is my community, innit? This is my family that I've built online. I'll tell you all as a man, yeah? You are nobody until you are somebody. The only people that care about you, yeah, are your parents and your family. And even to some degree, your family don't really care about you. Do you know what I mean? Just your mum and your dad and maybe your brothers and sisters. Your cousins don't really give a shit about you like that. Not really, unless you grew up really close with them. Most of the time, you got cousins you only see at Christmas. They don't really care about you. Do you know what I'm saying? Your mum and your dad care about you. That's about it. And your brothers and sisters. Everyone else, no one gives a shit about you. Your teacher at school doesn't care if you pass or fail the class. Your boss at work doesn't care if you drop dead. They'll just advertise your job to someone else. As a man, until you create your own value, you are worthless, bro. To the wider community. You don't have inherent value. You don't. And every man needs to hear this. The reason why a lot of men have mental health issues is because they believe that they're more valuable than they actually are. And then they get upset when they realize that the world owes them nothing. You have no value.
On this planet, you have an inherent value. You are within a vessel of your body that you do have control over, but at the same time, you're not less valuable to society or from the standpoint of the soul for what your body looks like.
You are. You are. This is the reason why, yeah. You see, when you join the army, guys, and the army is probably the most primal thing. Like, you're there to protect your territory, innit? Back in the day, everyone had their territory. People used to come in, invade, and whoever had the strongest army would survive. Do you know what I'm saying? Whoever won took the women, they took the resources, they took everything. The reason why there's a fitness standard in the army where you have to be able to run a certain amount of time, you have to do a certain number of push-ups, is because physically, superiority matters. Survival of the fittest. This is how it works in the animal kingdom. The biggest, baddest lion has all the lion bitches. You get me? And this is how it works. So you have to earn your value. Like, nobody is inherently valuable. Like, you have to earn your value. You earn that shit, bro. No one just says, oh, you know what, you're a man, so you have value. Man, them, you have no value. Like, men are success objects to women, bro. That's why the successful men always have the best women. Jay-Z has Beyonce because he's successful, not because he's fucking amazing looking or he's in great shape. Do you know what I mean? I've never seen a video of Jay-Z in the gym. You know, I've never seen it, bro. Do you know, the reason why he has Beyonce is because he's extremely successful and he's a rich man. He's a billionaire. His success makes him attractive to her because she could have any man. Do you know what I'm saying? Women are born with value because they are the incubators to the next generation. So they're valuable in the sense that they can carry a child and bring it to term. Men are seen as disposable. Men are disposable for the simple fact that we only need one man, yeah, to keep the species alive. One man could literally impregnate 1 million women, bro. You need 1 million incubators to carry 1 million people. You only need one guy. So the majority of the man can die. Majority of the man can die, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? So we're worth less to society unless we make ourselves valuable, because we only need a few men. Literally, you get 3,000 women and 3 men. These man can breed up all these gal, bro. They don't need all of us. They don't need us. So you're not inherently valuable, bro. If you don't bring something to the table as a man, you are useless. That's what you are. So find your superpower, whatever that is, and make yourself useful in it. Because in life, you're either useful or useless, bro. Like there's no such thing as inherent value.
When I'm speaking about body positivity, I'm talking about the over acceptance and encouragement of being obese.
So I personally, again, I'm not super online, have not seen anybody pro obesity ever.
Lizzo.
Oh, there's a bunch, dude.
She loves
I
herself.
don't
That's the
think
difference.
that it's-
avocado.
Bro, you're pro obesity. You're a fucking plus size model, bro. You're celebrating the fact that you're fat, bro. They shouldn't even make clothes your size. Do you know what I mean? I believe over a certain size, they shouldn't even make clothes. These fat people should walk around in bin bags till they lose weight. Like, bro, you know when you go into Nike Town and you see these fat mannequins with gym leggings and all these things? Nah, bro. Once you get over a certain size, bro, I can't lie. You know what I'm saying? Wear a bin bag. I swear to you, bro. Do you know what I mean? That there shouldn't be fat mannequins because the whole point is, yeah, we shouldn't be promoting something that's unacceptable. We don't promote that. Why are we promoting these things? If you're over a certain weight, you shouldn't be allowed to get on an airplane. That'll make you lose weight. Because why do I pay for one seat, yeah? And then you're gonna fine me for my luggage being 3 kilos overweight, and then there's a person there that's 15, 20 kilos overweight, and they're paying the same price for a ticket as me, and they have the same luggage allowance. They should take away your body weight from your luggage allowance. Because why is that fair? Do you know what I mean? I remember I was traveling back from, I think it was from Sweden actually. When I was moving my stuff back to London, when I finished playing football, and my luggage was slightly over because remember I've had loads of stuff over there, bro, and I had to give some books away because I had books in my luggage, and obviously books are heavy, and I had a lot of books, and I ended up going to WH Smith in the airport and just giving them my books. I was like, yo, like I need to take my books out my luggage because it's weighing me down. And it proper upset me, man. Do you know what I mean? Because I love my books. And I just had to give my books away, bro, because they were weighing down my luggage. And I'm thinking, bro, like, I'm in my peak fitness right now. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm in my peak fitness right now. 77 kilos, footballer, slim, like athletic. And I had to give away my books. And then you got fat people on my plane. Do you know what I mean? With the same luggage allowance as me. I think it's preposterous, bro. Do you know what I mean? That stuff like that could happen. So it's one of them ones where we shouldn't be encouraging these things. I think that there should be things in place here to let man know this ain't normal. And if you don't fit into this, yeah, then you can dip. I'm not talking about people that are like elite athletes. If you're someone that's just massive, do you know what I mean? If you're like 6'6" and you've got crazy genetics and you're built like Giannis or something like that, these are not normal people. Do you know what I'm saying? But the average person, bro, if you're someone that's 5'7" or something like that and you're 150 kilos, get the fuck out of here, rude boy. Do you know what I mean? The exception don't make the rule. The exception don't make the fucking rule, bro.
No. There's a
They
big
are
difference.
actively promoting obesity.
She's not telling anyone to get fat.
She's showing you exactly how to do it and saying, look at my body as I love and
saying
rub it.
she's
It's giving me
happy.
life. And she's like joking around. And
And
that's
also,
the
I want to
whole thing.
clarify. See, here's the thing: there's a bunch of fat influencers that push this body positivity situation, and a bunch of them are dead now.
Yep, no one's talking about that. A lot of people have done that stuff and they have died. 100%, bro. Do you know what I mean? Because you know what it is? When it comes to mass, the bigger you are, in general, like this is actually a fact, whether it's muscle or not, the bigger you are, the more stress it puts on your body to survive. And the people that live the longest are actually the smallest people. Not just in terms of body fat, but in terms of muscle, in terms of height. The people that live longer tend to be people with the smaller mass. So they tend to be shorter people with less fat, less muscle. If you're short and you're slim and whatever, you're probably going to live longer. That's why you don't really see loads of old people over a certain height walking around. How many 7 foot fucking old people do you see walking around? You don't really see any 80-year-old 7 foot guys walking around because they're all dead. Do you know what I'm saying? They're all dead. Like a lot of guys that are over a certain size, they tend to just die sooner. And that's just what it is. So being healthy, yeah, being healthy, when you get to a certain age, it very much depends, innit? It very much depends. Because even when you look at a lot of these wrestlers and stuff like that, even when you look at someone like Eddie Abu and all these other guys, yeah, these guys have lost a lot of muscle. They've lost a lot of muscle because you have to shrink down as you get older, bro, because it's too much pressure on your vital organs and all these other things if you're still shoveling all that food into you and you're 60, 70 years old. So in order to make your metabolism lower and your maintenance lower and all of that, you have to lose weight. You have to lose weight. You have to lose mass.
No one talks about that. That didn't hit mainstream news.
So I'm in that space.
Yeah.
Which influencers are you talking about? Because
I don't recall their names, but there's a couple of them that
There is, bro. Like, man, don't need to talk about names and that, bro. Like, there is, because I seen the TikTok as well. There was loads of these people and they all died.
That's why they're YouTubers. They used to do these mukbangs where they'd eat a bunch of food on
Wait,
camera.
Mukbang
that's
is a
totally
okay,
different.
Okay, but that's a
They're not a
mukbang is
part of our
different thing.
community. That's
Yeah.
a completely different thing. We're not saying we're gonna go to a restaurant and pig out just because it's entertaining or anything like
Bruv, no, you're not fat because you're entertaining. You're fat because you got no discipline. It's the same thing, bro. Just because they're doing it in front of a camera, bro.
that. There are people that they're called gainers, that their whole lifestyle, their fetish and things like that revolves around gaining weight.
Yeah, and I understand that you're
We
saying that that's
don't-
not a component to the
it's
body
not-
positivity movement, but
it's
you
not
got to
a part
understand
of
for the
it.
general masses, they're watching that, they're going to attribute it to that. They're not in the niche, they're not a creator, so they're not looking at it like, no, this person's just a gluttonous person. No, they look at everyone who's obese that's making content about being obese and continuing that lifestyle as a part of the body
But they're
positivity
not
movement.
making content about being obese. They're making content about overeating.
How do you become obese if you don't overeat? How do you become obese if you don't overeat? He said they're not making thing about being obese. They're making it about overeating. Huh? Huh? Brother, this guy's an idiot, rude boy.
Yes, and they
Which is
also
also
encourage
an
that.
eating disorder.
Yeah, and they also
If you're obese, you have an eating disorder. Whether you want to classify it or not, bro. If you are obese, you have an eating disorder. I'm sure there'll be people, yeah, watching this on the playback that will understand, yeah. If you've got constantly elevated insulin levels, yeah, in your blood, this actually affects your hunger signals. It inhibits your hunger signals. Like, I don't want to get too scientific with people, but you have hunger signals, and when you've got elevated insulin levels, these things get inhibited. You have an eating disorder, bro. Because your body doesn't know when it's full. This is how people get obese. This is why they keep overeating. This is how. And this is why when you've got elevated insulin levels as well, yeah, when people have sweet cravings, it's just like, you see when you eat food, yeah, that spikes your insulin, and then you crave sweet food. It's just like people say, oh, I'm full, but I've got room for dessert. That I'm full, but I've got room for dessert. That is your hunger signals, yeah, being inhibited. Do you know what I'm saying? So they're like, yeah, cool. I don't want no more savory stuff, but if you got something sweet, like that, there's always room for dessert. We've all been there. Like that. We've all been there. So that's what an eating disorder is, bro. When your body doesn't know that it is full and you continue to eat, that is a disorder. Because every other fucking animal on the planet, yeah, and I use this example before. When you go to the zoo, when you look at all the animals in the cages and stuff like that, there's food on the floor. Look at the monkeys. They got food on the floor because they're very good at eating until they realize they don't want no food anymore and they just throw it on the floor. and they say, I don't want that. I'll come back to that later when I'm hungry. Human beings, it's like, nah, make sure you clear the plate. Nah, bro, these man, like, I'm not hungry no more. Dash away that. You go and you see the monkey, you see all the little monkeys running around, there's lettuce on the floor and all these things. They're like, bro, man, don't need that now. Human beings are incapable. Incapable, yeah, for the majority of having food around them and not finishing it. They're incapable. Man eat 1-2 biscuits, end up eating the whole biscuit tin. This is what these men do. This is what these men do. It's an eating disorder. It is a disorder, bro. Because these men don't know. Their body doesn't know when it's not hungry no more.
Also encourage being fat as well.
Do you think just being in a fat body and being in the public space encourages obesity, just flat out?
Yes.
So
100% it does. Do you know what I'm saying? Because it promotes a certain level of acceptance that there shouldn't be. Back in the day, yeah, they never used to have fat people on TV because they understood, yeah, that like, yo, like it was meant to be the elite of the elite. Do you know what I'm saying? It was meant to be that. And I'm okay with that. It's just like, I don't want to see fat models because models are not supposed to be for everyone. They're not supposed to be. Models are meant to be the elite. They're meant to be the elite, bro. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's supposed to be something that you aspire to. Do you know what I'm saying? When I look on TV, yeah, I want to see guys that look better than me because that's meant to be the benchmark. Do you know what I'm saying? Now, it's cool having average Joes and that on. Fine, have an average Joe, but I don't want to see all these fat people running around. Do you know what I mean? Like, this is normal, bro. We shouldn't normalize this.
just
agree.
us existing, we're saying,
Yes.
yay, everyone go gain weight.
It absolutely impacts other people to think, well, think of it. You're
I've
6'6",
never
good looking,
looked
you're
at- I know,
modeling.
but I've
It's going to
never
encourage
looked at-
other people to, well, hey, look at him.
Let me be
He's got lots
So
of...
then what,
100%, brother. They are spot on. They are spot on, bro. That's it. People always look and say, oh, well, so-and-so's doing this, so I can do it, bro. You know what I mean? Just like certain people are going to see me doing YouTube and say, oh, well, cool. Rants is doing it. He's from where I'm from. He sounds how I sound. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I want to do this. Do you know what I'm saying? And this is how it should be. Like, people need examples, innit? Do you know what I'm saying? And I'd rather that people have good examples. Do you know what I'm saying? The bad examples, yeah. If you get rid of the bad examples, then you create more positive things by default. It's just like when there was that TikTok brer that was running into people's house and making TikToks and stuff like that. The reason why we had to nip that in the bud is because if he became really big off that, then it will encourage other people to start running into people's houses like without them knowing and doing TikToks, and then someone's gonna get killed. Because if you run into my house on a banter thing, I'll fuck you up. That's what will happen. Do you know what I mean? You don't want to run into the wrong person's house. So when it comes to examples, yeah, if you've got loads of these out of shape, overweight people, yeah, doing stuff and they're having success, it encourages people that, yo, I can look like this and I can still have this success, bro. But it's not healthy. We shouldn't be encouraging unhealthy things in any way, shape, or form. We shouldn't be encouraging them. All of this are like, do whatever you want as long as it's not hurting people. It is hurting people. It's hurting people to the fact that Adele lost weight and she was criticized for looking after herself. Do you know what I'm saying? People are now being bullied, yeah, for being healthy. That shit's not okay. Like, it's not okay, bruv.
what about when I
I've
go
never
to the
looked at
gym? When I step into the gym, or when Zach steps into the gym, or when any of us step into the gym, are we promoting being bigger like that too?
No, you're promoting you're in the gym to lose weight. That's positive. Like, as someone who used to be a trainer, I love seeing overweight people in the gym because that's where they belong. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, the gym is not just for people that are in shape to maintain shape, because it's easier to maintain shape, yeah, than it is to lose weight or to put on weight. Maintenance is the easiest thing once you're there. Once you're there, because I don't know the exact numbers. I think it's about 30%. I think you can train with 30% the intensity to maintain muscle than it is to build muscle or to lose muscle. So, for instance, yeah, once you get to a physique that you're happy with, yeah, just to maintain the muscle, you can train the muscle once a week and maintain it once you're there. Do you know what I'm saying? So, I want to get to the point where I have a physique that I'm happy with, and then if I want to lower my training intensity, yeah, to just maintain, way easier, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? So instead of training, because I train 4 days a week at the moment. Do you know what I mean? I don't. Well, when I say I train 4 days a week, I lift weights 4 days a week. So I do Monday, Tuesday, rest Wednesday, then I do Thursday, Friday, and then I don't train on the weekend. When I say I don't train on the weekend, that means I do boxing on the weekend. I still do my 10,000 steps a day, but I don't lift weights on the weekend. So I lift weights 4 times a week, but I exercise every single day. If it means that I get to a physique that I'm happy with and I can only lift weight 3 days a week, or I can just do body weight calisthenics or something like that just to maintain, cool. Do you know what I'm saying? But when I see overweight people in the gym and they're going hard, that's where you should fucking be. I have never made fun of a fat person in the gym. I have so much respect for the fact that they've gone in there and they've got it done. They're not promoting being fat. They're in there because they want to lose that weight. That is not the same thing as having someone that's out of shape, yeah, and who is the embodiment of ill health as a public figure and promoting being unhealthy as well. That's crazy to me. Do you know what I'm saying? Back in the day, you couldn't be obese and be on the TV because they'd keep you away from there. They would keep you away from there because the people, it was meant to be an elitist thing. And I don't have a problem with that. If you're not in good shape, you shouldn't be hosting big shows and stuff like that. You're a mess, bro. You got other things you need to be doing, bro. You're not presentable. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't think you're presentable if you're obese. You're not presentable. You need to be in the back somewhere.
Are we going there, and is our presence there unwanted?
By being famous, rich, popular, and being obese, you're indirectly promoting it in the same way that people who take steroids and are 350 pounds of muscle and winning Mr. Olympia are indirectly promoting it, even if they don't say they're taking it.
Facts. 100%. He's right. He's right. Do you know what I'm saying? And the thing is, yeah, Greg ain't on steroids anymore. I'm sure he would have taken them. I know he says he's on TRT or something, but older guys do that anyway, the testosterone replacement therapy thing. But the point is, if you're one of them jacked guys and you take steroids, yeah, you can say that you're not promoting steroids because you don't talk about it, but you're still promoting steroids because anyone that knows that you're on steroids. Do you know what I mean? So if they want to look like you, they're going to think, you know what? I need to take steroids to look like him. So even if you're not promoting it, you're still promoting it.
But I'm speaking more specifically in the gym, in that space where people should be coming together to work on their bodies and stuff like that. If you saw us in the gym,
I would be happy and proud and excited. And my
Same.
whole channel is about helping people who are overweight to lose weight and have realistic expectations. I would never say you have to look like this, you need abs. It's just, let's go halfway there. That's my entire channel, of which I have over 2 million followers. It's all about realistic goals of helping people who are overweight to lose weight. That is what my channel is all about.
But
And it is, to be fair, because Coach Greg, I've watched loads of his stuff. He has cookbooks. He shows people how they can eat way more fun foods than I eat. Do you know what I'm saying? He's got his anabolic French toast that he makes. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't eat bread like that, so I wouldn't eat those things. But bro, like, he's got a whole platform dedicated to showing people, yo, how you can eat fun foods and still lose weight. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, what people need to understand is, yeah, coming from an athletic background and then also being a trainer, the reason why I had such good results with my clients is because I'm very harsh and I'm very direct with them. And this is why I had success, bro. Like I even had a client that I got rid of and told them I'm not training them anymore because I trained them for a few months and I noticed that they were putting on weight. And I was like, you're embarrassing me. Do you know what I'm saying? Because all my clients get good results and you're the only one that's not doing well. And to the person outside that doesn't understand, they'll think it's my fault that you're not getting results because people don't realize that weight loss is what you do. You're only with me 1 hour, maybe twice a week or 3 times a week. It's what you do in the other 23 hours of that day is what's going to get you the results, innit? And I can only give you the tools. If you're not listening to me, you're making me look bad. I can't keep you because there's only a certain numbers of hours in the day that I can work to make money, and I'd rather work with people that are serious. Do you know what I'm saying? And I'd be very blunt with these people. And that's why they always had fucking great results. And that's why I was always so busy. Do you know what I'm saying? I was always so busy. So it's one of them ones where this guy's chatting absolute shit.
We're in public, and you made the statement that if we step out in public, that it
He didn't say that. He said on television. Television is not public. If you're a big public figure, yeah, and you're obese, yeah, you're indirectly promoting obesity. You are indirectly promoting it because people are looking at you saying, yo, they're this successful, they've got this, they've got that, and they look like this. This is acceptable for me because we live in an era now more than ever. Before, it used to be just TV and Hollywood. There weren't fat people in Hollywood and that. There wasn't fat people on TV. But now we've got the internet, and now people become celebrities and public figures, yeah, because of online platforms. We now have people that look different shapes and sizes, and that's all fine. But now people are able to give conflicting messages, and people look at people and idolize them. There was one study that they done with these young kids, and more than 50% of them said that they wanted to be influencers and YouTubers. Do you know what I mean? That's the job that they want now. So people in this space, yeah, have a lot more effect on the younger generation than they care to know or they care to accept, innit? And this is the reality. So if you're out of shape, you live a bad lifestyle and you're promoting these things, it's a fucking problem, bruv.
would encourage people to live an unhealthy lifestyle.
The more friends
and
you
be
have who are
obese.
overweight, the more likely you're going to be overweight.
Facts. And the same with family. When you look at girls, yeah, girls, most of the time, they're not the only fat one in their friendship group. A lot of the time, the fat girls, because they're not as fat as their friends or as fat as their sisters, they can't see that they're fat.
It just happens to happen. I'm just telling you the truth. I'm not going to pretend it doesn't. If 90% of the world were overweight, more people would be encouraged to be overweight.
Facts. He's spitting facts, bro. It's the norm to be fat now. And because it's the norm to be fat now, people are not embarrassed about being fat anymore. People don't get teased about being fat anymore. And they should get teased. My grandma was one of the main reasons why I was fat, and she still used to tease me for being overweight. She was the one that was giving me the Snickers and the chocolates every time I went to my grandma's on the weekend, and then she would still call me fat and be like, "You're the one giving me the sweets. I don't get sweets at home," you know, like that. But she bruv, listen, Caribbean grandparents, bruv, or if you put on weight, they'll take the piss out of you. That's how it is. It's in our culture to fat shame people, and they'll be fat themselves calling you fat. That's the crazy thing about it. Do you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of cultures, they're feeders, bro. In the Latin culture, it's the same. These women want to feed you until you're fucking like you can't get out the door. Do you know what I mean? In Arabic culture, it's the same as well. They want to feed you, bro. Like a lot of cultures, yeah, feeding is the way that these lot show love, yeah. But bro, it's negative, bro. It's fucking negative, bro. Don't feed me, man.
As just on this side, I don't think any of us have ever looked at a person heavier than ourselves and gone, I want to be that. That's a great thing to be. No, we have the same internalized biases as everybody else does. He was bringing up the gym before, and you said by existing just in a fat body, we are.
It's not about having the same biases. It's all about human beings are programmed to choose the path of the least resistance. So if they can see that it's acceptable to be fat, they will choose to be fat because it's easier than not being fat. This is the point. They always choose what's easiest. Hence why these guys are overweight, because they are trying to be better, but it's easier to not. The guy said his mental health was in a worse place when he was trying to lose weight because it's harder than just being fat. This is the point. These guys are contradicting themselves.
Are promoting it. I model, and when I do model fitness wear, which I do often, I get so many comments about like, oh, you are promoting obesity. I'm wearing fitness wear. I'm in the gym. I'm doing the thing you want me to do, and I'm still promoting obesity?
If you're exercising and you're trying to lose weight, then you're promoting people who are overweight to try to lose weight. That's great.
Yeah.
But if you're Lizzo and rubbing your
I'm
belly,
promoting, I mean, I don't know shit about Lizzo.
Specifically about
Bruv, you're promoting obesity if you're happy being fat, yeah? And you're saying to guys, look, I'm fat, but it's okay because we're still as valuable as people that aren't fat. That's not the same as being fat and trying to lose weight. You're a plus size model. Plus size models are not trying to lose weight. They're celebrating the fact that they're fat. That's not the same thing. Because if you are a plus size model and you are trying to lose weight, you wouldn't be plus size for too much. You'll be out of a job, mate. Do you know what I'm saying? Like what are we talking about? So you're not trying to lose weight. Because if you was trying to lose weight, you wouldn't be a plus size model no more, would you? So that means at very least, yeah, you're at calorie maintenance. So you are promoting being fat. That's exactly what you're doing. You're promoting fat gym wear.
influencers that promote gluttonous, lethargic lifestyles, which a bunch of them do. That's what we're talking about. If you're in the gym and you're fat and you're getting after and you're documenting that, that's fantastic.
so-
I'm
so-
not-
The
that's
prompt
what-
was body positivity, and you're talking about influencers who promote gluttonous lifestyles.
Yes.
And that, again, is not body positivity.
So that's why
Yes, it is, bruv. You're fucking obese, blood. And you said that everyone's inherently valuable and all these other things. It's not positive, bro. Obesity, yeah. Glutton comes with it, bro. Because if you want a greedy fuck, you wouldn't be fat like that. Do you know what I'm saying? And I also have a problem with a lot of these fitness influencers also that are in good shape, yeah, but they promote eating shit food. I don't like that either. Do you know what I'm saying? Even though this is not directly tied into it, because when people were going at like Eddie Abu and saying, oh, he's too strict and like it's not sustainable and all these things, there's certain fitness influencers here that train for bodybuilding competitions, and these guys are eating cereal, but instead of having milk, they're putting a protein shake in there and eating fucking processed cereal with protein powder in it and stuff like that. That's not fucking healthy either. Do you know what I mean? Eating a whey protein shake, yeah, as milk and then putting fucking honey nut Cheerios in there. That shit's not fucking healthy either. Why are you putting that shit in your body? Do you see what I'm saying? So I also have a problem with that, because even though you can lose weight looking like that, do you know what I'm saying? It's not healthy, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? So I also have a problem with that. So don't think that I just have a problem with obese people. I have a problem with people that are promoting things that are not healthy, period. Period.
that's why
The
Jim,
general
I think
masses don't have that distinction, though.
I do think we have a good read, though, on how each individual sees the body positivity movement.
I shout out the host as well, because he's doing a very good job of realizing when the conversation's getting too muddy and he steps in at the right time. Do you know what I mean? So
All
shout
right, the
him out.
next prompt is, I am satisfied with my sex life.
Yeah, obviously the married bro is gonna step forward and all the hench brothers will step forward. These fat brothers ain't getting no, you get me?
Agreeers, step forward.
Or then again, two of them man there, you know what I mean? You get me?
I have
It's a mad
abused my
thing.
body. Will the agreeers step forward?
Man said the Patreon exclusive is I'm happy with my sex life. Brother, listen, that one would have been funny, bro. Oh my days. See, he's a smart brother, you know. Listen, I hope he gets all the money in the world. I didn't even know this was on there because I would have paid for the Patreon just to see that. That's fucking funny.
I'll start by saying I've abused my body many times. Being a bodybuilder, professional bodybuilder, I've abused steroids, did that for over 10 years. I don't think you can get to the level that you have to get to be at to be a professional bodybuilder while being natural. And so absolutely. And I would say that somebody trying to abuse steroids to get that muscle, to get that look is just as unhealthy as somebody who's obese. So I don't try to be a hypocrite. I say I've done these poor choices. I'm 48
Shout out,
now.
Greg.
I don't do steroids anymore. And so
Yeah.
I recognize that what I did in the past was bad, probably took years off my life. And so I would say to people who are overweight, why don't you do the same thing? And
Shout out Greg, you know, shout him out. He's 100%. I've abused my body. I love that, bro. Do you know what I mean? And that's why I don't agree with steroids and all these other things. I've never been tempted to use them. Do you know what I mean? I know that I've got good genetics, and I know that if I did take them, I know that I could look unreal, but they're not healthy. So I wouldn't dream of it. Do you know what I mean? I absolutely wouldn't dream of it. So I think that's just as unhealthy. If I see someone roided off like that Sam Sulek, bruh, and all these guys, he eats shit food, he takes steroids, he's massive, he's got horrible skin. Do you know what I mean? People say to me, oh, what's your skincare routine? My skincare routine is just water and natural food. That's it, bro. Like, I don't have no skincare routine, bro. Like, I don't have none of those things. Like, I've never had skin problems. My hair and my nails are healthy. They grow. Do you know what I'm saying? Man's cool. And I just eat proper food. Like, that's it. Every time you man see me here, do you know what I mean? I've always got water. Like, I even cut out fizzy drinks. I got normal water and I got sparkling water here because I used to drink I used to love Pepsi Max, innit? And then I realized that I don't even love Pepsi. I just like fizzy drinks, innit? So I was like, cool, I'll start drinking fizzy water instead of drinking 0-calorie drinks because I don't enjoy the drink. I just enjoy the fizz, innit? And that's all it was. And I was like, why am I drinking this? It's not healthy. Like, and even though there's no calories in it, it's like, why don't I just drink sparkling water? And now I like the taste of it. But it was never the taste of the Pepsi I liked. It was just I like the fizz in it. But I'm always drinking water when you man see me. And this is what it is. So, and if I want to add flavor to this, I can throw some electrolytes in the fizzy water to give it a flavor or something like that instead of drinking a fizzy drink. And that's all it is. But that Sam Sulek brother, his skin is horrible. Absolutely horrible. I don't drink milk. Milk's for children. Sam Sulek has got horrible skin. He takes steroids, and when I watch man's content, because I've come across it a few times, the food that he eats is not even healthy. I'm seeing man eating processed cheese, like that plasticky cheese, in bread buns and processed meat, like processed like sandwich meat and stuff like that, and eating stuff like that for breakfast while he's supposed to be cutting. I'm like, this shit's not healthy. You know what I mean? This shit's not healthy. So I don't like promoting unhealthy stuff like that, and I would never promote anything like that on my channel. And that's not me criticizing him. Each to their own. But I just don't believe in encouraging people to eat unhealthy food, because food is something you do every single day. Do you know what I'm saying? Like me, you man know, yeah, I love my cigars for special occasions. But I might smoke 2 cigars in a year. In a year. Do you know what I'm saying? That's not gonna kill, man. Do you know what I'm saying? And bro, no one can be perfect all the time. But I might smoke 2 in a fucking year. What I put in my body every single day, I try and put the best things in my body because I genuinely care about my body. You know what I mean? And that's what it is. Someone that takes steroids and eats shit food can't tell you that they care about their body. They don't care about their body. They care about their vanity short term. If they cared about their body long term, they wouldn't put these things in their body. I promise you.
And if you're not, then do you really care about your health? Because if you do, you would stop doing the things that are leading to being morbidly obese.
But then,
Yeah, exactly.
but then to your own argument, you spent 10 years doing something you knew was inherently unhealthy.
Correct.
But then you're going to turn around and tell people that they should just wake up. But
Yes, exactly. Like people should have told me, Greg, why do you keep doing this to yourself? You do not recognize what's going to happen, and then we call it shaming. Why are you abusing steroids, Greg? Think of it. Think of the years you're taking off your life. Maybe I would have waited.
But the power was in your own awakening, right? The power right there was in your own awakening to realize within yourself that you were doing something negative. And
no, but you still need people to tell you. When you don't have people around you telling you that things are not right, yeah, They just enable your bullshit, bro. And then you surround yourself with people that enable you. Just like fat people surround themselves with fat people so they don't have to take accountability. People that take steroids and are in the gym are usually surrounded by other steroid heads, which enables their stuff. Because you might think, yo, I'm using less than what he's using. Do you know what I mean? Oh, what cycle are you on? This is why it's important, yeah, to hang around people, yeah, that have your best interest at heart, yeah, that don't enable bad behavior. It's so important to do that. That's why if you're fat, don't hang around fat people. Do you know what I'm saying? If you hang around 4 fat people, you'll become the 5th fat person because they're going to want to socialize, eating food. They're going to do all these other things. If you want to be fit, the best way to be fit, hang around fit people. That's why when you go to CrossFit gyms and all these other kinds of gyms, the reason why everyone's in shape is because they create good habits together. Same with boxing gyms and all these other things. Same with football. You don't want to be the one fat guy at football, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it will make you get in shape. It will make you when you're around everyone else that's in shape and all these other things, bro. What helped me lose the weight, yeah, when I was younger was the fact that I played football all the time. The reason why I was so technically good at football is because I lacked the athleticism that other people had because I was carrying more weight than I should have been. But then when I lost the weight, I became a real fucking problem. Do you know what I mean? But the point is, I knew I was always going to lose the weight because I played football every day. I was active. And even though I wasn't fucking obese, yeah, I was heavier than I needed to be. But I was fit and heavy. But I was not fit compared to everyone else. And that's the point. You can never remain fat if you're hanging around fit people. It's impossible. It's absolutely impossible.
Then you made the change for it, right? And that change is now consistent. That change is now something that you can give a testimony about and help other people change their ways or persuade people to just not do it at all, right?
Building on what you said, what was the moment, where the perspective shifted?
Well, I got old enough and realized I can't get any better at this. I can keep taking more and more drugs and try to sustain this, but I said, it's not worth it anymore. So I had to completely change my mind around what I was doing, which was being judged on my appearance. And remember, I make money on how I look.
Yeah.
So that's going to have a huge impact on me. And I had to say, I need to get my dopamine, my self-worth from something else. So I quit doing all the bodybuilding competitions. And I said, I'm going to start riding bikes. I'm going to learn Spanish. I'm going to do something else where I can feel good about myself. And it's hard. Like, look at this guy, 300 pounds of muscle. 20 years from now, is he going to want to still be this size? He might look back and say, I maybe regret certain things. I think if somebody's overweight, they're going to think the same things. Like if you're 400, 500, 600 pounds, you're going to think, is it worth doing this? Is it worth eating all the time? It's tough.
But you know what it is, yeah? You know where these things are the same but different, guys, is because you see when you're morbidly obese like this, or you have all this muscle like Greg and also this other guy. I don't know if they've shown his name. I don't think they, maybe they have. The difference is, yeah, with Greg and the other guy, they still have had to learn a lot of skills, life skills that they can transfer that are going to be loads of positive things from bodybuilding. Because bodybuilding is an art form. It's a discipline. Do you know what I'm saying? So you still learn how to train when you don't want to train. Do you know what I'm saying? Restrict calories when you don't want to. You learn how to struggle. You learn how to defer gratification and push it backwards. You learn a lot of positive things from bodybuilding. So even though you put a lot of negative things in your body, the overall discipline, you learn a lot of very positive life skills that you can transfer to other things. Being a fat, lazy fuck, you don't learn anything from it. There's no transferable skills. So even though both of them health-wise, yeah, have a negative toll on your body, there's a lot more positives to take from bodybuilding than there is from just being a fat shit. Do you know what I mean? I can't say anything positive about these guys that are just fat and out of shape and they're losers and they're quitters in life. Oh, I tried to lose weight. It was too hard. So now I'm just fat. I don't respect these men. So I can't say anything nice about them. I'll be honest. I have no sympathy for them. And because I'm someone who was a chubby kid, but I was still very active, I knew that I wasn't gonna be an overweight adult. because I played way too much football. Do you know what I mean? So I was never going to be. But I was a chubby kid because my grandma used to give me loads of sweets, and my mum used to have biscuits and stuff in the house and all these other things that shouldn't have been there. And my kids will never have that. Do you know what I'm saying? But the point is, I knew that I wouldn't keep that. And then I went through my bodybuilding phase when I finished playing football and I was a personal trainer in the gym, got up to 94 kilos. And I built a lot of muscle. And also I learned a lot of discipline, and I was able to put the mental discipline that I had from being an athlete before into muscle building and stuff like that. So you learn a lot of positives from training bodybuilding, even though I never ever wanted to compete, never ever took no drugs or anything like that. But you learn a lot of discipline, you learn a lot of positive things. There's nothing positive that you can learn from being fat and lazy that you can transfer over to anything else. So even though both of these guys have been unhealthy at some point, there's way more positives that you can take. If I had to choose one route, being a fat, lazy shit, yeah, or trying to be a professional bodybuilder, taking some things that maybe are not the best for me, yeah, for a short period of time, to try and do that, I would choose that side because there's a lot more positive things that you can take from it and transferable. And to be completely honest, yeah, these guys injecting themselves with certain things and these guys eating this processed junk food, honestly, you don't even know what's in the food you're eating. It's probably just as bad for you as some of the stuff that these guys are injecting. I'll be honest, because these guys eat horrible food. I don't eat processed food on a daily basis. I basically, my diet is mainly, for my carb source, if I'm having a carb source, it's potatoes or rice, and it's beef mainly I eat. The beef or fish. That's what I eat. I don't really eat. I don't eat nothing that comes in a packet. Do you know what I'm saying? I eat nothing that comes in a packet apart from my blueberries. You guys always see me eating because I like blueberries. Do you know what I'm saying? But I don't eat nothing that comes in a packet. and that's what it is. So I eat natural food. These men are eating all sorts, bro. Do you know what I mean? And that's why they look like this. Them man are probably drinking Prime and these things with all these E numbers and all these other things. You might as well be taking steroids. Do you know what I'm saying? You might as well. You might as well be taking steroids if you're drinking Prime and all these other things. You don't know what the fuck you're putting in your body, bro.
I think this is the first like actual middle ground I think we're finding, which is really great because it's true. I mean, I've been harmful to myself on both sides of the spectrum. There are times I was taking, 20 to 30 diet pills and laxatives a day, eating less than 400 calories a day, working out nonstop. And then there's the other times where I was eating way too much, smoking way too much, drinking way too much, and abusing my body in the other way. I think we all come to the realization of what we're doing is harmful in different ways at different times. Like it took you 10 years to come to realize that was harmful. My thing is sometimes it takes people who might be overweight or, at that high tier, that 500-600 pounds, to realize that it's harmful for them. And maybe in their life, they don't feel like it's harmful and they are happy. There are people, believe it or not, legitimately happy in certain sizes and
Ignorance is
shapes.
bliss. Like, I mean,
Yeah,
I was happy at the moment. I
But
felt
why
like
is
it
there
was.
bliss an
Ignorance
issue?
is bliss, but you could die before you wake up.
Facts. And that's what it is. Why, my man saying, why is bliss an issue? It is an issue if it's not healthy for you. Do you know what I mean? And this is why you need people around you to say, yo, this ain't healthy. This ain't good, bro. This is why you need to surround yourself with the right people.
But you could have done the
before
same
that
thing
happens.
taking steroids. That's my whole
Exactly. I could
thing.
have died doing
Yeah.
what I did. And so is it not my responsibility to tell people, don't copy me? And so it did not be somebody who's,
And I don't think there's
500
anything wrong with
pounds
that.
to do the same thing.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Even when you said before, you're like, well, I wish someone had shamed me saying, what are you going to do? You're going to kill yourself. That's not shaming to me. To me, that is compassionate and looking out for somebody. It's when you take it to the other level where you start
No.
insulting them, degrading them, making them feel like shit.
It's the same thing, bro. Do you know what I mean? It's called tough love. Do you know what I'm saying? Like when you've got a fat relative, yeah, and you say, oh, you know what, man? Like you really need to lose weight. I'm concerned about you. Do you think that's more likely to make them lose weight? Or every time you see them and say, yo, fat fuck, you know them ones there, bro. You're gonna get sick of being called fat fuck, bro. You got a fat cousin. You know, like that. You start calling man fluffy and them things there every time you see man. What's more likely to make him lose weight? Do you know what I'm saying? Yo, fat boy. You know them ones there, bro. The fat boy is gonna make him lose weight. Not, oh, you know what? I really care about you, man. Like you really need to do something about that. But that shit don't work. Do you know what I mean? Start calling man Snorlax and that, bruv. Yo, Snorlax, bruv. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what's gonna make man lose weight. That's what's gonna make man lose weight, bro. I'm telling you.
Then we insult each other and shame each other, but it's as a friend. Like
Yep.
this is what guys do. Girls don't do it. They all suck up to each other. You're all
Yep, that's it. Men, we shame people. That's exactly what we do, bro. And we do it in a loving way. We absolutely do it in a loving way, bro. But we still we do it.
and guys are like, look at your gut, look at your belly. You fat
saying what girls do.
I know that's what. But no, it's important.
It's facts though, bro. And I'll be real, yeah. As a man, yeah, if somebody's shaming you about being fat, yeah, doesn't inspire you to lose weight, you are never going to lose that weight anyway because you're soft. You know them ones. It is what it is. Man, I'm saying it depends on the person. No, it doesn't. Do you know what I'm saying? I'll be real. It's either you've got it in you to get the job done or not. You know them ones there. If someone's calling you fat, yeah, and it doesn't want to make you take action, then you're not a doer. And if you're not a doer, you aren't going to lose weight anyway. Do you know what I mean? So fuck your feelings. You was going to be fat the whole time anyway. Because if someone calls you fat and then you don't think, you know what, I am fat, I need to do something about it, and then you just feel sorry for yourself, then you was never going to lose that weight anyway. Do you know what I mean? So we need to stop coddling people, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? In life, there's people that talk and there's people that get shit done in it. Period. And if you're one of them people that don't get shit done, you can't use it saying, oh no, but they bullied me and it really upset me. So instead of I didn't do it, now I'm just really upset. I don't care, bro. You was never gonna get it done anyway, bro. Do you know what I mean? You was never gonna get it done, bro. Man shouldn't have to ask you nicely, yeah, to do something for yourself, innit? That's crazy. That don't make no fucking sense, bro. How can you blame how someone spoke to you about why you didn't do something for yourself? It's you, blood. It's your body. Why should I want better for you than you want for yourself? That don't even make no sense, bro.
I'm telling you what they do.
The
It's
masculine
fact.
from the feminine, because it's guys talking here, and I think it's important to distinguish when something is feminine to say, well, we don't.
Look at this guy in the middle saying, "Ooh, I don't want to talk about masculine and feminine." You don't want to get cancelled. It's a fucking fact.
Adhere to that over
Yeah,
here.
but there's been no shortage of generalizations on women in this episode so far, and I'm really, really curious about your answer to this problem.
Yeah, the reason why we're talking about women is because we got a bunch of feminine fat guys on the other side, bro, making feminine emotive arguments instead of sticking to the facts. That's why women keeps getting brought up here, because they're acting like them.
Regarding like self-abuse, like bodily abuse.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a lifetime natural. I've never taken a drug before in my life. However, I was an athlete in college, and obviously, when you're a Division I athlete, you're training two to three times a day. It was very, very intensive. I would train through injuries, which wasn't intelligent, but at the
Same. That's how I've abused my body, bro. I've trained through a lot of injuries.
end of the day, I looked at it like, hey, we got to win. We got, some teams to beat this season. So it built a mental fortitude. I think abuse is good to a degree if you're able to overcome it and learn something from it.
I did a lot of stupid things. Like I broke the world record in the bench press, and now I can't bench press anymore. And it was my favorite lift. I've had hip operations. I have both elbows reconstructed. I trained too hard. I couldn't stop myself. All that pressure, desire, whether it was installed by myself or from others, to try to fit in, to be socially accepted. And I was addicted. I was bench pressing with shoulder pain. I should have stopped. I couldn't. And so, I set the record and it's done. I can't even lift anymore. I don't squat, bench, or deadlift, because look at Ronnie Coleman. You guys know Ronnie Coleman? He's in a wheelchair. He can hardly walk. He's in pain medications. And imagine putting your body through all that torture, and then you get near 60 and now you can't do anything.
That's crazy, guys. And like I told you, like when I was playing football, bro, I remember I was having injections and stuff. And if you have like cortisone injections, you're not supposed to get more than, I think, 3 in the same site. Do you know what I'm saying? And I remember when I was going to Harley Street to get my injections, I see John Terry there, I see Scott Parker there. And bro, these men were getting more injections than probably they should have. And John Terry, I'm sure he would tell you if you asked him. Like, bro, at some points he was having injections just to be able to train and stuff like that. Like, athletes really abuse their bodies. And I got to the point where I was like, I'm not going to take any more injections. Like, clearly my body doesn't want to do this anymore. Do you know what I'm saying? My body can't do this anymore. And that's why I stopped playing football. You know what I mean? And that was the hardest thing for me. That's why I don't really talk about my football career, because 2013, I came back to London and literally within 4 weeks, I was in the gym training people because I couldn't stay at home. Because mentally I need to keep moving. I'm used to just playing football and nothing else, innit? And I didn't want to be at home feeling sorry for myself because I'm not that kind of person. So I needed to be able to do something active. I needed to be around people, because when you're used to playing football and you used to being in a changing room and around loads of people all the time, I needed to be around people. In the gym, I still got that. Being around people, training, being in a social atmosphere, being in a environment where there's a lot of physical competition, because as a man, you need that competition. Do you know what I'm saying? Especially if you've been in a team sport surrounding. There's other trainers that are experienced. They're bigger guys than you. You go and bench with other guys. You go lift with other guys. There's a bit of camaraderie. There's a bit of competition. And it kind of replaced the competition that I had from playing football. So I managed to find that in something else. And that's how I ended up bulking up and getting to like 94 kilos, because there was other guys that were doing like studying like Poliquin stuff, and I was learning loads of stuff from them. And these guys were massive. And I was like, yeah, I get to train with these guys. And it was good. And iron sharpens iron. Men need to be around men like that, that push them to be better. Do you know what I'm saying? And a lot of these guys, they're not around the right people. There's no way you could be obese and all these being around men that are in shape, that take their health seriously, that have good habits, because other people's habits, you pick up on it. You pick up little tricks of the trade from people. You learn little things. This is why who you surround yourself with is so important. So important, bro. That's why when you see fat people, they tend to be surrounded by fat people, because it's all about daily habits.
So one question I have for you then is, knowing what you did obviously has allowed you to create this platform to speak to these things, to talk about steroid abuse. You understand all the intricacies. Do you think that you would have been able to do that, let's say, if you'd kept your natural status throughout your whole career, you didn't break world records, you weren't an IFBB pro, you didn't have all of those accolades to stand on? Do you think you would still be Greg Doucette and have all the following you do?
I do not think so. I think I'm one of those 1 in a million cases that was able to do what I do and actually got the success that I got. But if I look back and I'm really honest with myself, I regret doing these things. I was natural world champion and I was breaking world records natural. So I had the records, but I wanted more. I wanted more glory. I wanted more people to say, you're cool, we like you. And so I ended up taking steroids. I did that because I wanted to fit in. I wanted to be sponsored. I wanted a pro card. I wanted to be famous. And it worked. At what cost though? How healthy am I really?
Everything is
Exactly. That's the difference between Greg and someone else. Like, he got to his maximum potential as a natural. And clearly, whatever drove him, to then take the steroids, that's what we need to look deep into. Because at the end of the day, he already was in less than the 1% of the natural bodybuilders. He never needed to take drugs. Obviously, that was to fill some sort of void or prove something to himself that he shouldn't have needed to. So there's probably something deeper in that, where something to do with his upbringing or something like that, where he had the insecurities, or he felt like he had to prove himself to people. But you should never feel like that. Like, very few people get to reach their maximum natural potential just in life anyway, because a lot of people are suckers and they never push themselves hard enough to really see where they can go. So the fact that he felt he had to take drugs, to take it to the next level, and the adulation he got from doing it naturally wasn't enough, that's probably something mentally or emotionally or some sort of trauma or some shit like that he hasn't dealt with. Like, really, you shouldn't have to feel like you have to prove yourself to anyone, like that. So he put himself in harm's way because he was seeking kind of gratification from people that really don't give a fuck about him anyway, which to me is bewildering. Do you know what I mean? Because these people don't give a fuck if you live or die, bruv. Why are you putting shit in your body that could potentially kill you so you can get a few pats on the back from people that don't really care about you? To me, that myths me, bro. I don't understand it. Do you know what I mean? So that's why I said on both sides of these things, I don't get it. I don't get the steroids thing. I'd never do it, because I think it's a sucker's game. It doesn't make sense. Do you know what I'm saying? But then on the other side, these people that are fat and this, that, and the other, bro, like, do you know what I mean? It's equally disgusting to me.
it is that you're saying, right? I don't feel any ounce of like shaming you for it. I think everything that you said is really important. to acknowledge that and to know that and to then share that, right? But the difference is that, like, had someone shamed you, I don't think that you'd feel the same way about it. Instead, people poured life into you and told you, like, hey, I don't think that this is right. I don't think that you should really keep doing this because it's doing more
The
harm.
opposite happened. I was rewarded. When
Exactly. The opposite happened. People weren't saying you shouldn't be doing this. People were like, yo, this looks sick. He was getting lots of validation from it because he was probably surrounded by people that were doing the same thing. Because when you're taking steroids and stuff like that, you don't want to be around people that aren't taking steroids because then you feel dirty. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's why a lot of people that take steroids don't admit to taking steroids because they know that they're cheating and they feel like they're cheating. So that's why they lie about it, bruv. And if they're not lying about it, it's because they're around people that are taking steroids as well. This is the point. This is the point. So people needed to shame him and say, yo, bro, you're natural fucking world champion and you're going to put this shit in your body to prove what to who? You're an idiot. That's what he needed. And he didn't get that. Do you know what I mean? The same way patting these dustbins on the back saying, oh, no, it's all right for you to be morbidly obese and you can't see your own penis and have high blood pressure and all these things. No, it's all right, man. Do what you're doing. Like, do you know what I'm saying? As long as you're happy. Nah, bro, these people don't need this. They need to be called every name under the fucking sun, bro. That's what they need to be called.
I started getting
Well,
popular on
okay.
social media, I was talking about my steroid cycles. I was talking about what I've done. And they're like, look at your muscles, look at your chest. And it was like, do you know how hard it was to stop? Because I was being rewarded with dopamine, with people saying nice things about me all the time. And for me to stop, I know that my views on social media go down. If I went on a steroid cycle right now, people are going to fall. Wow, Coach Greg, you're back. We miss the old Coach Greg.
Yeah.
And so it's hard for me to be the 48-year-old old man that's still preaching fitness when they say we love the old Coach Greg, the jacked muscle freak. And I have to fight the urges not to use steroids every single day because I know I would look better. I know I would feel better, but I'm like, it's not healthy. And so I have to say no.
I get what
very
you mean
tough
about the dopamine reward thing. Because for me, I have a similar situation, but kind of in the opposite way.
That's it. He's getting dopamine from being a fat mess, bro. And exactly. Whereas people shouldn't be praising him being fat. You know what I'm saying? At least with the steroid thing, yeah, I get it to a certain degree because you it's just like when I grew up and I was watching wrestling and I saw Ultimate Warrior, like, do you know what I mean? Veins coming out the biceps and he had like the straps around his arms. So he had massive biceps, 8-pack, the face paint, jumping off the top rope. And I was like, yo, this is sick. There's an element of this where it's like, yo, these guys are larger than life. Do you know what I'm saying? Larger than fucking life. It's like, oh my God, this is amazing. Like, people are in awe of this. Like, you're a man mountain, you're a phenom. I understand why people would be amazed by that. Why are we praising someone looking like shit? Do you know what I mean? Why are we praising that? Like, that guy looks crap. Do you know what I'm saying? At least when guys are on steroids, they actually look good.
Every time I start slimming down, I start getting the, what are you doing? Why are you losing weight? Because I am in that large guy space. So it's like, it's very funny how much on both sides, outward opinions just like really, really just make what we do hard. I know that when I am doing more cardio and like I'm a big hiker and biker, and sometimes in the summer I'll slim down, but then all of a sudden I'll get a ton of comments from people just being like, we liked you heavier, we liked you this. I'll have clients that'll stop using me because I've gotten too small. And so you're kind of seeking.
Yeah, so they're facilitating you being fat. Do you know what I mean? And the reason why I can't praise people for being fat is because it's not difficult to be fat. Praising someone for being fat is like praising a woman for being a hoe, bro. Like, it's like, bro, it's easy for women to get sex, bro. Like, no. You respect women when they keep their legs closed because it's harder for them to keep their legs closed than to keep them open. Do you know what I'm saying? And it's the same. This is why when people are in good shape, you respect it because it's easier to just order that Domino's, order that dessert. Do you know what I mean? It's easier to do that, bro. And it actually, it feels good. Do you see what I'm saying? It feels good. So the shit don't even make no sense to me, bro. He's like, oh, so people stop using me and that. These guys are facilitating obesity and ill health.
that dopamine, that approval, also that career boost, you get stuck in this loop of doing things that you know aren't good for yourself.
I wanted to hear from you, just going back to the prompt, why you came forward.
Oh, I mean, I think obviously professional bodybuilding has its risks. Obviously, I try to mitigate them as much as possible. I work with a company that I'm doing blood work through, quarterly, every 3 months. I am very, very methodical with what I do, and I'm very, very on the mild side. You would be surprised, but I've been training for 20 plus years. I think that's the key for me. I would say, like, being this size, 100% not healthy. Is it unfortunate that I am very passionate about something that is bodybuilding? Yeah, it's kind of like I fell into it. I love it. It's hard for me, but I made a decision with my wife that at age 35, that's it. I'm done. Like, no more competitive bodybuilding. I have an understanding, but like Greg, I have the foresight to know, like, there has to be a limit to it, because if you just let it go, I would have to be probably 25 more pounds of muscle and like have to do things that I'm not willing to do in order to be like, let's say, Mr. Olympia, right?
Well, there you go. Like, he's talking about the stuff that he's put in place to control the situation. So he's saying he gets his blood work. Do you know what I mean? He's doing it. There's more of a science to it. There's no science to becoming morbidly obese. These guys aren't doing their blood works. They're not doing all these things. They don't know if they're healthy or not. This guy is trying to monitor as much as he can. And he's also said that by 35, I'm definitely getting the fuck out of here. Because at 35 years old, you're not even halfway through your life, innit? So it's one of them things where I've got enough time to kind of try and reverse the damage that I have done to myself. And he will be able to reverse the majority of the damage by coming off these things anyway. He will. Because you look at Arnie would have shot as many things up his batty as Lord knows what, and Arnie's still out knocking about now. I don't know how he's still alive with all the shit that he put in his body, but he's saying that he's on the mild side, and you can tell he doesn't look like someone that's on loads of gear. Do you know what I'm saying? He looks like someone that's got a big frame, he's got good genetics, and he's bulked up, but he don't look like that Sam Sulek brother. Do you know what I mean? This guy don't look like he's on a madness, and he's still got a pretty impressive physique.
So, because right all the way through my 20s, I was close to like 230 pounds, natural all the way until I was like 27 and a half. So
you see that 200 plus pounds natural. You can tell he's a naturally big brother.
Hopefully I'll be okay going back to that size.
Do you use steroids currently?
I mean, I use
I think
That's the biggest insult in the world right now.
No. I only ask because, again, we're on the topic of body abuse, right? So I'm only asking that in that realm because of what you said about it. I'm not asking that.
No, so it's kind of like, it's just like when
like
you're
that.
jacked like that and you say, do you use steroids? It's like, you think you can look like this natural? Like, if I said, hey, are you on steroids? Look at that body. Like, if I said, you look like you're on steroids.
Yeah, people think you're on
Thank
gear.
you.
It's a compliment.
If I said, obviously you're natural, it'd be like, what do you mean, obviously? No obvious.
So yes, I'm enhanced.
Okay. It's literally just like a question that I have, but it's also just like, well, what do you do as you're progressing in that to get to the points that you want? So that's where that question stems from.
But that's what he said. He said he's not willing to do what needs to be done to get to the point where he can really be Mr. Olympia. And that he said he would need 25 pounds more of muscle, which would mean he would need to take more gear. And he's not willing to do that. He said this already.
And I also really appreciate your candor for that.
Yeah, I mean, I think I will 100% say, like, some of the best shape of my life was natural in my 20s, like very lean, probably my healthiest. Like, if anybody tells you they're like an IFBB professional bodybuilder, it's almost 99% of them are in some capacity enhanced. It might be very minimally, it might be through the roof, like you wouldn't even believe what they're taking, but it's there. It's part of the sport. It's unfortunate, but like, that's the problem. That's one of the problems we talked about earlier with the fitness industry, is like, that's the expectation.
Let's bring our disagreeer in.
Yes, bring my little Asian brother in. This brother grew up on rice and soup, you know, them ones, and broth and that, blood. Man's like, I don't abuse my body. He's a real G, fam. I can tell.
Hey! Boy. Good job not abusing yourself.
Yeah, so I took abuse as like doing things that's negative for your health. And for me, I've always approached fitness from a health kind of lens, right? Like Myron, I'm 100% natural.
Same.
I'm never going to look like Eric. I'm never going to look like Greg, but it's something I'm content with, right? For me, I'm kind of in for the long term. I want to be able to do what I do when I'm 60, 70, 80, 100. Focusing more on the health aspect of it can be a good middle ground, because I feel like if you're looking from the outside in sometimes can be like, dude, how am I gonna look like Eric? Like, how is this ever gonna happen, right?
It's not.
But you know, people have different goals, I would say, within fitness, and yeah.
That's it. Within fitness, people got different physiques. Like him and Myron have more. Their physiques are. You can tell. You can tell they're more athletic physiques. Do you know what I'm saying? These are the physiques you want if you want to be able to play football, play paddle. Do you know what I mean? Do calisthenics. Do you know what I mean? Like Myron's pretty lean. Like you can see how vascular his arms are. Like, and he's just sitting there. Do you know what I mean? The Asian guy's in great shape as well. A lot of these Asian guys have very good genetics. I always say it. They got great leg genetics as well. Like these fuckers can jump mad high and do shit, and they're good footballers as well, bro. Like they produce very, very good footballers. You know what I mean? And all of them are short as well. And this is what I'm trying to say. When it comes to physiques and that, that's why I think the optimal height, yeah, is around my height or shorter. Like I'm 5'10". Do you know what I'm saying? And it's one of them ones where when I'm looking at the athletes, like the footballers and stuff like that, because I grew up with football as my main sport. It's one of them ones where the optimum height for a footballer is probably like 5'6", 5'7". When you look at Messi, Aguero's, all these guys, that's the optimal height. Phil Foden, like the best players, yeah, are short, bro. Like in terms of like technical ability, you get the odd freaks of natures like Paul Pogba and Zlatan and these guys, but most of the small guys are techie. Look at Zola and Eden Hazard and all these guys. They're all 5'7", like 5'6", 5'7".
I think it's important to also acknowledge that like there's abuse on both spectrums, right? Like you can be
Maradona as well.
a fat ass on one end and say, I'm going to just continue to eat cheeseburgers and put on TikTok. And then there's the other side where you can, you know, use performance enhancing drugs and say, I'm going to step on stage. But I would make the argument that the person that is training, using PEDs, etc., I'd respect that individual more than the fat ass. And the reason why is because though it isn't healthy to be on performance enhancing drugs, you're still pushing your body to a level that most can't, versus by just being fat, that doesn't take any skill or dedication. So
that's what I said as well. That's what I said. Precisely that. Like you learn, there's a lot of transferable skills, the dedication, the consistency in training, the pushing yourself through plateaus, dieting. You learn so many life skills and the mental fortitude it takes to do that. That's why I have so much respect for these bodybuilders. Even if they're taking drugs and stuff like that, the drugs alone is not what gets them to that size. It's the dedication, it's the consistency, it's the effort, it's all of these other things that simply it doesn't take that to be obese.
Oh,
what if a fat person is doing something like maybe they're into quantum physics, maybe they're changing the way we view the world entirely? Are they not valuable because they're not shredded?
Well, again, we're talking about the purpose of you know, abuse,
talking about
abusing your body.
Yeah.
I'd have more respect for the bodybuilders, my point.
Yeah, well,
okay.
And I think society would in large as well, which is why bodybuilders that, you know, like a Ronnie Coleman, etc., though he is disabled now, etc., he's a legend and he's going to go down in history.
Yeah, but I actually thought that was a good question. You know, like what a great film director who's.
No, that's not, because we're talking about bodies. So why are you talking about film directors? Why are you talking about stuff that doesn't take physicality? This guy that's the guy that is hosting is a nerd. You know them ones there, and like I don't know who he is, and I don't mean it in a disrespectful way. Do you know what I'm saying? But it's like we're talking about abusing the body. Do you know what I'm saying? So why the fuck are we talking now about film directing and science and all these other things? Like, what the fuck are you talking about, bro? We're talking about abusing the body, and we're talking about obesity, and we're talking about bodybuilders, and now you're talking about, yeah, but what if my mind is doing other things? We're talking about the body. Do you know what I mean? Like, don't try and conflate different things to try and move the argument somewhere else, bro. That absolutely, that's one of my pet peeves, you know, people that can't stay on track in an argument or a conversation. Do not piss me off. It's the quickest way to make me lose it. It's the quickest way to let me lose it, bro.
It's like very overweight and like just totally poured into their craft, you know, like is there respect for someone like that?
Well, that's great because he's able to do something exceptional, right? And he's able to diversify himself from the general masses, right? But will people know that when they meet him, that he's a famous director, unless he's very prominent? But yeah, there's exceptional people that are fat in certain regards, but we're talking about body abuse here. I'm just saying in general, I would have far more respect for the professional bodybuilder
than like Peter Jackson
versus
making multiple like award-winning films.
I don't know who Peter Jackson is, bruv. Do you know what I mean? I don't care who Peter Jackson is, bro. But if he's fat, he's still fat blood.
films.
Was that
There's
Lord of the
nothing
Rings.
exceptional.
Okay, Lord of the Rings, cool. I don't care. You're fat still, bro. You know the ones there. Because if you're fat, yeah, and you ain't got no money, blood, you ain't getting no gallery, boy. Man, don't care Peter Jackson. Why are you making this about Peter Jackson? Are you Peter Jackson, bro? You're just a fat boy that wears clothes, blood, for money.
Happening.
But some guy like taking PEDs is
okay?
better
There's two
than that.
different things. Sorry.
No, sorry. I'm legitimately curious.
Yeah.
You have guy using PEDs on one side trying to do stuff, and then you do have like Peter Jackson, Lord of the Rings,
Well, that's
multi-Academy
why I was very
Award winner.
explicit to say I'm talking about the fat influencers.
Exactly, which is what we're supposed to be talking about. You're talking about Peter Jackson, bro. Shut your mouth, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Shut your mouth, bro. Man's not saying that fat people can't be smart or they can't be any of these things. We're talking about the discipline to not be fat and to be healthy, bro. Stop trying to bring this conversation somewhere else, bro. This is why, yeah, I can't be on shows like this, because I'm quite blunt at the best of times. But you see, when people try and misunderstand me on purpose, or they try and take the conversation somewhere else, it really infuriates me. And then I just become even more rude, because now I know you're taking a piss, bro.
Yeah.
So like
yeah,
I'm
okay.
talking in that context. Like if you're
Maybe
gonna
I-
have
okay,
abuse of
maybe
your
I
body
missed
on
that.
two different ends, right? One extreme is a bodybuilder, the other is a fat influencer. I think me and most of society would have far more respect for the
I think he's going to
bodybuilder.
respect
I
the
think-
hardworking billionaire.
I understand that, but
Yeah.
I also think that like if someone's abusing themselves in any way, there should be some empathy and like rather than just being like you're a better abuser to yourself.
Bro, that's not the fucking argument. Like I said, yeah, when it comes to transferable skills, yeah, bodybuilding is a discipline. It's a discipline. Being obese is not a discipline. It doesn't require discipline. There are no transferable positive skills that you can take from just being fat because you can't control what you put in your mouth, that you can take and transfer that into any other thing, yeah, that's going to make you successful in life. Shut the fuck up, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Stop making me mad, bro. It's funny that all these fat brothers have very feminine tendencies in the way that they argue. They are fucking deluded.
Than that person.
Fitness culture can be toxic. Agree or step forward?
Oh, 100% step forward. Yeah.
Here we all are again.
Hey,
Let's hear from the Jack guys.
100%. I think you can perpetuate so many themes that are so unhealthy. Like there's so many images online of people that post in like the best lighting with a pump. That is the societal norm of like what's good, and it even like affects me because I'll see people and I'm like, oh, I look like garbage compared to that. I think that right now it's like there's a lot of misinformation online when it comes to like how to get fit, how to stay in shape, and a lot of people are monetizing it. These like crazy fad diets, like you can't eat certain things, carbs are bad, fruit has sugar in it, so it's going to make you fat. So like now food is almost being weaponized. And then
Yeah, but fruit does have sugar in it. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, bro, listen. The biggest problem, yeah, with the fitness space is that too many people are lying. Do you know what I'm saying? Too many people are lying. Lying. This is the problem with the fitness space. Like I said, yeah, most of these men are on steroids or they're taking enhancements, yeah, in any way, shape, or form, and they're not disclosing these things. So they're making normal people, yeah, believe that their physique is attainable when in reality it's not. Do you know what I mean? That is the biggest problem. Do you know what I'm saying? It's the biggest fucking problem, bro. All of these supplements and all these other things, because people are monetizing protein shakes and other supplements, telling people that they need to take this protein shake and then casein before bed and then this creatine and this pre-workout, and all these things are processed bullshit that costs loads of money, yeah, that you don't really need, yeah. The problem is people have been able to monetize it to a point where most of these fitness influencers are just selling you stuff. Oh, use my code so and so to get this, that, and the other, and they're trying to sell you all this processed shit, but they're not telling you all the steroids that they're taking. Do you know what I mean? How to get shredded in 30 days. Do you know what I'm saying? How to grow your bum in 30 days. All of these, and a lot of it is sold towards women. Do you know the amount of female influencers there are out here that have millions of subs on YouTube, and they're just naturally skinny girls that can't train properly. Do you know what I'm saying? And they've got these videos, how to get shredded in 30 days, how to get abs, how to do this, how to lose 10% body fat and all that. And it's all bullshit. And it's just them trying to sell them fucking slimming teas and all these other things. It's a disgrace, bro. I hate the fitness industry for that. And this is why I'm kind of glad that I got out of it, because it's so saturated with people lying to people, yeah, that it's like the actual good trainers, yeah, they can make a good living, but at the same time, there's so many people that lie in the industry, yeah, and so many people that aren't good that it's started to get a bad rap. A lot of it. Do you know what I mean? And there's a lot of fat PTs in gyms now. I never saw that when I got my qualification. Now there's loads of fat PTs that don't know what they're doing. You can buy a little personal training, go on a course, and 6-week course, and then you're a PT and you don't know nothing and you're stealing people's money, giving them false information. Like the online thing is bullshit, bro. Do you know what I mean? Most of these men are selling people some absolute bollocks, bro. The reality is, yeah, a lot of these guys, yeah, that you see that are in good shape on YouTube, they're naturally skinny guys that stay lean, yeah, and they literally just went gym for a little bit. They look good because they've got good genetics, and then they're running around telling people that, oh yeah, if it fits your macros, you can eat whatever you want. Yeah, eat Pop-Tarts, eat cereal, just have a protein shake and mix it with cereal, fast release carbs before you train, and all this bullshit. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, this is what these men are doing, and it's most of these guys. Do you know what I'm saying? There's most of these guys. You know what I mean? And that's why they're getting upset at Eddie, yeah, when Eddie's saying, yo, you don't need to be eating loads of carbs, yeah? Eat your good fats, yeah, and eat your protein. Do you know what I mean? Don't eat this, don't eat that. People are saying, oh, he's vilifying certain foods. You should vilify them because they're not healthy. All these foods that come in shiny packets, yeah, are not healthy. They should be vilified. So when you've got all these fucking apologists saying, no, but balanced diet, your diet's not meant to be balanced, bro. Do you know what I mean? Is your dog's diet balanced? Or do you just feed them meat? Do you know what I mean? Like, what is this balanced diet shit, bro? Do you know what I'm saying? It's not meant to be balanced, bro. You eat the things that are best for you. Do you know what I'm saying? We're not supposed to eat for pleasure. We're supposed to eat for performance. It doesn't make no sense. Oh, just eat a little bit of chocolate every day. Well, bro, you shouldn't be eating chocolate. I'm not saying never eat it, but majority of the time, don't eat it. Do you know what I mean? Like, you should vilify certain foods. When people are saying there's no such thing as bad food, that's bullshit. Any food that's made in a fucking lab is bad. Do you know what I'm saying? If you can't eat it directly out of the ground or off a tree, yeah, or if you can't kill it and cook it and eat it, it's fucking bad, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand why. I don't understand why this is even a conversation we need to be having. When you look on the back of the packet, yeah, and it's got 100 ingredients and you don't know what they are, it's fucking bad. And I'm not saying that I won't eat it, but I will eat it every now and then, knowing that it's not good for me. But I'm not gonna fucking eat fucking Pop-Tarts, yeah, or eat like a fucking Mars bar and not know in my head it's not good for me, bro. I know it's not good. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, what kind of fucking bullshit is that, bro?
To be monetized so that you buy their ebook to tell you the exact secret, code in order to lose weight. So fitness is an industry, right? So people are incentivized to say whatever that is to make money. And so it's been harder for me as a coach. That
exactly what I was saying. People are lying to make money now. So because of that, if you do want to keep it 100, everyone's looking for the guy that's going to say to them, yo, how you can get abs in 30 days. Bruv, everyone wants something quick. Do you know what I'm saying? When I was sitting down with my clients and they were saying to me, oh, how long is it going to take me to lose a certain amount of weight? And I'll say to them, yo, well, how long did it take you to get that fat? And they're looking at me like, raw, like this guy is cold. You know, like that. I said, all right, bro, show me pictures of you last year, the year before, the year before, the year before. When was the last time that you looked the way that you want to look again. If a man said 3 years, all right, cool. So if it took you 3 years to get that fat, then you didn't get this fat overnight. So now you need to do the reverse thing the other way. I'm not saying it's going to take you 3 years to get back, because it won't, because you have muscle memory and your body can snap back, and your body's got a weight that it likes to be, and it will kind of go back that way quickly. But if it took you 3 years to get out of shape, you got to give yourself at least 1.5 years to get back into that shape. And if you don't have that patience, you're just going to stay fat, bro. They don't want to hear that. Them man want 30-minute abs, bro.
That takes a more holistic approach to wellness and fitness, and saying, hey, it's all about balance. And like Greg's the same way. I know I felt like, I watch a lot of his videos. That is the correct approach to like making a plan that's not super restrictive. So I think that's why, the fitness industry, even being part of it, like, is frustrating, because there's so much misinformation.
So much misinformation, guys, bro. You know what I mean? And this is why you see people arguing with Eddie. Do you know what I mean? And you saw that he had the problem with that James. What's his name? I can't remember. Is it James Smith? What's that? James something anyway, bro. The English brother that lives in Australia. And the thing is, it's like them man are saying, oh, Eddie's chatting shit and all these other things, even though Eddie was a nurse before and he was a bodybuilder. The thing is, Eddie's coming from a holistic health side. And then these other guys are coming from an aesthetic side, in it. Do you know what I mean? These guys don't know, all the shit that what they're eating, what that's gonna do to them long term. They don't know, in it, because a lot of these guys are just young guys, and they're just thinking about the now. They're not thinking about the later. Now Eddie's must be what, in his 60s now or something like that. So he's at, you know what I'm saying? He's at the latter end, and he's thinking purely for health reasons. I always like to think through a health lens. That's why I cut out the Pepsi Maxes and even the energy drinks. I cut them out, because even though there's no calorie, it's like, I don't need it, bro. I got my black coffee. Do you know what I mean? You don't always see me with my espresso. If I need caffeine, I'll have my espresso. I don't take pre-workouts. I don't drink those fizzy drinks anymore, for the most part. Do you know what I'm saying? I just have my sparkling water instead. Do you know what I'm saying? If the odd occasion I do go and I eat out, I might have a Coke Zero if they don't have sparkling water. Because it's like, why am I putting these chemicals in my body that I don't know what's gonna do to me? Like, for what? Do you know what I'm saying? So as much as I could still lose weight eating cereal and eating Pop-Tarts and drinking Red Bull and all these other things, why would I fucking drink it, bro? Do you know what I mean? Because it's not healthy, bro. Just because you can do something, it doesn't mean you should do something. So these men are arguing, saying, oh, don't restrict yourself. Restriction is discipline. It's discipline. Learning discipline is a good thing. Telling someone they can eat whatever they want as long as they fucking count their calories, that's not a good thing. Learn fucking discipline in life, bro. It will take you a long way.
I would say also that there's so much pressure to look like us, and it's causing people to develop body dysmorphia. And so this is a huge problem. So when you swipe on Instagram, you're being shown the top 1% of the top 1%. They all have a six-pack abdominals. Everyone feels inferior. There's pressure. Then that causes a whole host of problems, eating disorders, people feeling like shit. They don't like the way they look in the mirror. And then they keep looking for information. And then what information they're getting, half of it's wrong, like you were just describing.
Yeah.
And so where do we go from there? There's no solution.
But people are lying, guys. This is why. Do you know what I mean? Because I say to you guys all the time, every human being is different. Some people are born and they're just better than you. That's what it is. Like, the problem is, in the fitness industry, and just in life in general, they tell you, if you eat this and you buy this supplement and you do this training, you can look like so-and-so. No, you can't. You can only look like the best version of yourself. If you have shit genetics, you're not going to look like these guys. The problem is, these guys want to sell you fitness plans, sell you supplements, and tell you you can look like them. You can't look like them. Only they can look like them. And then if they're enhanced as well, and they're not telling you they're enhanced, it's even worse, because people are thinking that, yo, I can look like this guy. But really, this guy doesn't even look like this guy. He's on steroids. This is the problem. If people weren't comparing themselves to other people, most of these problems would go away. And that's the problem with social media in general. You just got a bunch of people comparing themselves to other people. This is just what it is. And the fitness industry ain't no different. The fact is, they're using this and they're monetizing off it, bro. That's all it is, bro. You can only look like the best version of yourself, bro. If you want to see what you can look like, ask your dad for a picture of what your dad looked like at 20 years old, 25 years old. Look at his genetics. And then look at your mum's genetics as well. And that's what you're going to look like. No point looking at anyone else.
I think the issue comes from the misinformation and just the lack of keeping things simple. But, you know, we like to have fad diets, go paleo, go vegan, go whatever it may be. And it's like, the reality is the best diet is the one that you can adhere to. And I think we need to let people understand that fitness is a lot more sustainable and easier than people think it is, which is why I make fun of fat people so much, because it really is simple and it comes down to numbers and tracking your calories and being disciplined and going to the gym. This is why I have no sympathy for fat people, because it really is simple.
But that right there is what keeps guys like us out of getting into fitness.
No, it
The
doesn't.
opposite though.
No one
How
wants to
come?
be told they're a piece
If
of
I was
shit.
being
Like,
made fun of all the
So
time
here,
for
let me-
being
let me
short,
explain-
I'd wear shoe lifts to be taller.
Let me explain this. Like, shaming rarely works, and I'll bring this back to somebody I follow, and I appreciate their content. This guy named Alex Ramosi, and he does a value equation, and on the top side of that equation, you have.
This is bullshit, by the way. But shaming barely works, bro. You know the amount of men that get called broke and all these other things by girls, and they go out and they hustle and get their money. If you really want something, shaming works, innit? I ain't never heard a guy say, "Oh, a girl called me broke and said she wouldn't date me, so I decided I didn't want money." Get the fuck out of here, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? When man get shamed, yeah, when man went the buff thing, yeah, and a girl says, "Oh, you ain't got a car, you ain't got a driver's license, you ain't got no money," it makes man want to get the money and the car so they can get the girl. It all just stems down to how much you want that thing. The reason why shaming doesn't work for people is because they don't really fucking want it. That's all it is. Do you know what I'm saying? That's all it is, bro. Cut the crap.
The perceived value of whatever you're trying to achieve, plus the perceived chance of success. So how likely are you to, achieve said result? And on the bottom side of the equation, you divide by time and you divide by effort. Shaming doesn't work because the value equation is driven by those things. So what I think we need to do.
So he's basically saying what I said. If you never wanted it enough in the first place, you weren't going to get it anyway. Do you know what I'm saying? So shaming's not the fucking problem. You should shame people anyway. If shaming is going to be the thing that is the catalyst to make people want it even more, or to make you get off your ass, then it's worth shaming people. If they weren't going to get off their ass anyway, then yeah, cool, shaming doesn't work. Who cares? Who cares? It's like fight or flight. Do you know what I mean? That's who you find out. You find out who you are when you get punched in the face, innit? But if you never got punched in the face, you'll never know who you were. And that's just what it is. And that's why I love boxing. The first time I got punched in the face, it made me realize that, cool, yeah, I'm built for this. Because I didn't feel like running. I wanted to hit them back. Do you know what I'm saying? Some people get hit in the face once, yeah, and all of a sudden they're in the corner like this. Them motherfuckers there, yeah, you ain't built for this. And that's what it is. If you get hit and you feel like hitting someone back, you're in the right place. If you get hit and you want to run, you're a bitch. Run. It's okay. Do you know what I'm saying? But just make sure you don't get into altercations where you might need to throw a punch back because you're not about that life. So it is what it is. Getting hit in the face is very important as a man. Every man should get punched in the face at least once because you find out who you are. And it's the same about getting shamed or getting teased or whatever. When you get teased and you get shamed, you find out, you realize who you are in that moment. So shaming does work. It does work. Even if it doesn't work, it works.
On this side of the table is to make those things more accessible. Like you said, providing more value-driven information of like how to achieve a calorie deficit in a more sustainable way. How do you make it so it's not so much time? Because so many people waste time, let's say, doing so much excess cardio where strength training should be the main component. So like, that's why I think, adding value and decreasing time and decreasing the amount of effort is going to give you guys so much more emphasis or ability to achieve the result and more motivation to achieve said result than being like, oh, you're fat, what the fuck? You know what I mean? So that's just my
Well,
take
it's
on
because
it.
the fitness industry overcomplicates it so that they can monetize it. So,
So
if they
why-
tell
is
you,
that
oh,
their
I got
fault?
the secret sauce. Well, this is why it's important to acquire knowledge and be able to, whether you go ahead and do your own research. And again, it comes back to doing the work. And people get so mad, like, oh, why is this hard? Do your research. Look at the studies. There's so much fitness studies out there. There's no.
Yeah, but also not just look at studies, yeah? Listen, as human beings, yeah, the majority of the stuff that we learn in life is through trial and error. Try something. Obviously, do your research, but try something. If it doesn't work, try something else. But try something, yeah, and try it, give it a long enough time before you decide it doesn't work. Do you know what I'm saying? There is loads of differing information on fitness online, but if you do any of them consistently, you will still get results. You will still get results. Do you know what I'm saying? Like calories in, calories out, it works. Not tracking calories and just eating whole foods, yeah, also works. Eating carnivore and not eating anything else, it works. All these things work. If you do it for a long enough time and you just stick to the basis that I'm going to eat healthy food, yeah, I'm going to cook my food, I'm not going to eat out, I'm going to stay away from processed food, I'm going to do the basic things, they all work, bro. There's not one way to do it. There's not one way to do it. Do you know what I'm saying? So people can't say, oh, there's so much information out there, so I'm just not going to try anything because I'm confused. You're better off doing the wrong thing consistently and you will still get results. It's just like somebody, yeah, that doesn't know how to train properly, yeah. If they train consistently and they train heavy, even if their technique's bad, they're still going to get stronger and they'll still get results. I see it all the time. Some of the guys I see with the best physiques, yeah, have the worst form when they're training. But the reason why they look good and they've still build muscle is because they follow certain principles. They're consistent and there's progressive overload. They keep putting weight on the bar. Most of the man them you see doing these prison workouts, their form is horrible, but they got some of the best physiques. But they're training consistently and they keep increasing the weight on the bar so they build muscle. Period. If you're doing certain things consistently, you will still get results. Even if it's not the most optimal thing, you will still get results. Stop making fucking excuses for the fact that you're not getting results, bro, for the work that you're not doing. And this is what all these guys do. Oh, but it's too complicated. There's too many things. Try something and stick to it for a while. You'll get some fucking results. And whilst you're doing that, keep researching, keep reading things, see if you can learn some new stuff. Even when I was a trainer, I got my level 3 and all these other things. I had my sports science from when I was playing football. But guess what? I was still learning different things. I was still learning more optimal ways to train, optimal ways to eat, all of these other things. I was always upskilling myself. I was always educating myself, and then I can share those things with my clients. I never stopped trying to learn for better ways to do what I'm doing, all while still continuing what I'm doing, bro. You should always be trying to find a more optimal way to do these things because you want to work smarter, not harder, always. Stop using the fact that there's too much information out there, yeah, as a fucking excuse to do nothing, because then you're just a fucking loser. And this is what it comes down to. The reason why these guys are out of shape is because they've got this defeatist mentality that, oh, this is too hard, so I'll just do nothing.
Secrets is just discipline and sustainability.
Have you guys ever
Discipline and sustainability over a period of time? Like I said, pick something, do it for a long enough period of time, you'll get results, even if it's not the most optimal thing.
been confused about how to get and stay in shape based on the information that's out there?
Yeah.
Totally. I would never, ever take advice from you to get that advice or to gain that knowledge because of whatever this disposition it is that you have going on, right?
What's the disposition?
I
Can you describe it?
The bro said, I'd never take advice from you. You would never take advice from someone that looks a million times better than you. Because he hurt your feelings. You're a fucking bitch. That's what you are. He hurt your feelings, so you wouldn't take advice from him. You're a fucking, do you know what I mean? This guy wants to get coddled. I will only listen to you if you speak nicely to me. That's very feminine. Because it's only women I know, yeah, that care more about how you say things than what you say. This guy's a fat loser. This is why, bro, but this is why, yeah. This is why I don't respect these guys, bro. I'll be honest. I don't respect them because I'm very in touch with my primal instincts, bro. Like I'm not into all of this inclusivity and this be nice to people shit, man, because people that are nice to people, like they're fake, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Any masculine man, yeah, at their core, listening to this guy, they want to slap him. I'll be honest. Because we're sitting here and every opportunity he's had, yeah, he's giving man backhanded compliments or he's trying to shame him, like saying, oh, you're smaller than the other guys, bro. The guy's a bitch, man. Do you know what I'm saying? And as a man, yeah, when another man disrespects you or you can feel like someone's slighting you, you do want to put hands on them. Because that's how we are as animals. This is how we are. We don't take, bro, primarily, yeah, if we want respect as men, we take it. This is why people conquered villages. This is why a lot of the inventors are men, because as a man, yeah, when you create something, yeah, and you show your dominance and your value, we are bred to have excess, to want excess. We have the hunger to have more than we need because we are supposed to provide from others. This is how we show that we're better than other men, by having more than them in any way, shape, or form. This is how. And more strength is also a thing. This is why people respect Mike Tyson, baddest man on the planet. At one point, yeah, everyone was like, yo, Mike Tyson can fuck up nearly every man on the planet. Like, this is impressive. Do you know what I'm saying? So innately, we want to slap that fat guy in his head when he says stuff like that. I would never take advice from you. Like, what do you mean, bro? Like, why do you even think that you can talk to me like that, bro? Look at you. It's crazy, bro.
I think I just keep it real.
I wouldn't even
fine.
enable it toxic, but I think it's like you have this perspective about the world around you that I think is kind of really warped, and I don't understand why. And I
warped. Look at you. The fact that you don't get teased every time you step out of your house, yeah, tells me that you have a warped perspective of the world. You are wearing some pearl necklace, pearl earrings. You're fat, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? And you got a high voice. You should be getting ridiculed, yeah, every single day of your life, but you're not. Do you know what I'm saying? You have a fucking warped, yeah, idea of the world that we live in, because people are toning down their language and people are allowing you to walk around like this, bro. You should be getting ridiculed. You're the one that lives in a warped perception of society, because we're animals out here, guys. Life is kill or be killed. That's what it is, bro. Like, it's living in Earth, yeah, bro. If you want a real perception, yeah, of what men are like, go to jail. I've never been to jail, but I know people that are close to me that have been to jail, bro. And you see, when you're in jail, yeah, that's the natural habitat for men. Natural habitat, kill or be killed. Natural habitat. The closest thing you'll get to the natural habitat is in jail, bro. Certain man run things. Either you're a beast or you're food in jail, bro. One or the other. That is us in nature. Do you know what I mean? If you want certain things in jail, you might have to give certain things to get certain things. This is real life. This is real life, bro. This is what men are, bro. If you look like him in jail, fuck you know, you're in trouble. I'll tell you that for free. Do you know what I mean? You're someone's bitch if you look like him in jail. Do you know what I mean? Man will be rubbing his head and calling him Susan, bro.
would like to understand why, and I'm not getting it, because you're like, shame is the answer and stuff like that, but
It's worked for centuries.
It's not, though. It's why you have so much conflict. It's why we're literally sitting here today having this discussion.
So here's the thing. You operate on what's ideal. I operate on what's real. And
Yep.
the reality
So
is
what's
that the world
real,
is a much
though?
colder and harder place than you think it is, but you want to, you know, people to just understand you and see your perspective and see you as how you see yourself. The reality is the world's never going to see you how you see yourself. They're going to see you on how you display yourself to them.
100%, guys. That's it. The world don't see you the way you see yourself. Like I said at the top, no one gives a shit about you. Outside your mom and dad and maybe your immediate family, no one cares about you. People only care about how you come across and what you have to offer them. This is why I say, as a man, yeah, you are useless until you show people that you're useful. You're nobody until you become somebody. So what the fuck? I don't care how you feel about yourself. Do you know what I mean? How you feel about yourself has nothing to do with how the world is going to see you.
And when you are fat, out of shape, etc., the people, and if they don't get to know you and talk to you and have a conversation with you, they're going to assume certain things. That's just the world that we live in.
Just to dig a little deeper into that, has something happened to you to confirm that?
This guy's a melt. Has something happened to you to confirm that, bro? Life confirms that shit to me every single day, bro. Do you know what I mean? This presenter's giving me real beta energy, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Has something happened to confirm that, bro? If you live in the real world, you can see how cold the real world is, bro. It's not that something's happened to me. The world is, this is the world. The world is cold. Like, literally, look at the amount of homeless men you see on the street. You don't see homeless women out here. Life is hard for men. It's supposed to be hard. From the beginning of the time, it's always been hard for men. They go to war, they die. Do you know what I'm saying? They do all the shit jobs. They're the ones that are mining. Do you know what I mean? Doing all these things. They do the high-risk jobs. They die the most. Highest suicide rate. All these other things, bro. Life's always been cold for men, bro. And this is the easiest it's ever been. This is the easiest it's ever been to be a man, yeah? The easiest it's ever been. And it's still fucking hard. Do you know what I'm saying? So, like, why are we feeling sorry for these Donnies?
Observation that you have.
No, I mean, I just live in objective reality, and objective reality isn't as nice as you think it is.
So you're not drawing from a personal experience at all.
No,
No.
I'm speaking fairly objectively that this is how, these are the conversations that people have behind closed doors, but they don't want to say out loud because for fear of cancellation, for fear of coming off as an asshole, etc. I'm just saying how people really feel, but they're scared to say it.
Coming from whether the fitness space can be toxic or not, the shame attitude has kept a lot of people out of it. I've been doing fad diets since I was 12 years old. I was put on Weight Watchers. I did Atkins. I did paleo. I did everything you could possibly imagine. And not until I started following other influencers that were more proactive based on, I want to be around for my daughter for as long as I possibly can be.
Bro, this breath saying I've tried all these things. How long did you try them for? Because I've already learned about you. You're a fucking quitter. Do you know what I mean? The chances were you didn't do these things for long enough for them to even work. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, what are we talking about? People that I've tried this, I've tried that, I've tried this. A lot of the times they try it for a little while, it doesn't work, and they stop. You know, the amount of people have said to me, oh, yeah, I was going gym, but then it wasn't working for me. No, the gym works. You just didn't work. If you're going to the gym and you're not losing weight, it's not because the gym doesn't work. Because the gym works. You don't fucking work. So when he's like, I tried Weight Watchers, I tried this, I tried paleo, I tried all these things. Yeah. And you probably never tried them for long enough because they were hard. So you quit. Because you're a quitter. You're a fat quitter, bruv. That's what you are.
I want to give my body the function it needs. Like, just that basic mind shift. Hey, life can get a lot better if you do kind of focus on your health.
Look at Myron's face. He's like, this guy is fucking chatting shit. I love this.
A little more, instead of you're a fat piece of shit, you need to change. To me, I don't know everyone in the fitness industry, but I know for me personally, it totally changed my relationship with fitness when I started realizing that it was a gross benefit instead of a punishment I had to put onto myself for not being disciplined enough. For people,
yeah, but that's your mentality. Like, fitness, bro, it's a necessity. Again, not just for health reasons, but because we live in a society now where there's so many conveniences, you don't actually have to get up physically and do things that you used to be able to do as a man. But physical health, yeah, should be very much as important to you as everything else, because physical health helps with the mental side. Eating good food helps with the mental side. because there are links between your gut and your brain, which is why people have gut feelings, bro. Like, it's your second brain, your gut. So you need to put good things in there. You need to eat well. So if you don't have a good relationship with fitness, it will affect your mental health. It will affect loads of other things. And also, you're just a useless human being then, aren't you? Let's be honest. If you can't do basic things, you're incompetent. I value competence, and people value competence also. So it is what it is. If the house is on fire, yeah, and you can't climb out the window because you're too big, you can't fit out the window, and you can't get to the door, then I guess you're dying then. I guess you're gonna die. Do you know what I'm saying? If you need to climb something and you can't climb because you can't do a pull-up and you're not agile enough to climb, you're a useless human being if you can't do basic things, bro, because you're overweight. You're useless, bro. You're useless to everyone around you as well, because then you become a liability. You become a liability because you can't help anyone else and you can't even help yourself. You're useless. Do you know what I'm saying? And these are the realities. These are the things that people will not tell people because it's too harsh. Rants, you're mean. What do you mean? Bro, I mean what I said, innit? Life is and was and always will be survival of the fittest. It will always be that, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? And this is why I love sport, because there's comprehensive winners and losers, bro. The problem is now in life, everyone gets participation medals. Do you know what I'm saying? So nobody gets called a loser to their face anymore. But these guys are losers, bro. Being a loser is also a mentality. These guys are losers.
People like you to maybe respect me, who, again, we don't know each other in reality. So why am I destroying my life so you will respect me?
No, respect yourself. Respect yourself. Don't do it for my respect. Do it for your own respect. Because if you respected yourself, you wouldn't be fat. And if you do respect yourself and you're fat and you're not trying to not be fat, you don't respect yourself. Maybe at one point you didn't respect yourself and you got fat. But now, if you respect yourself, lose that weight, do what's best for your health, do what's best for your family, and do all of those things. Don't do it for me. Do it for yourself. And this is why I say, when I see people that are obese, they have no self-respect. So if you don't respect yourself, why should I respect you? Why should I care more about you than you care about yourself? That makes no sense. That makes no sense. And that goes for anything in life, even with work. I collaborate. Look at the guys that I collaborate with on my channel, yeah? They're some of the hardest working people that you see on my channel all the time. If they weren't doing the work on their own channels to build up their own thing, I don't want to work with these guys, bro, because why should I give you a platform, yeah, when you're not doing the work on your own? Why should I? Why should I share my platform with you? I shouldn't be begging you to work, because no one has to beg me to work. Every time they click on my thing, I'm live on Twitch or I'm live on YouTube, but I'm always here. My work ethic is second to none. No one makes me work. No one makes me work, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? So if I need to be messaging people saying, oh, can you do a show today? If you don't see someone on my show or on my channel for a sustained period of time, it's because they haven't made themselves available, and I'm not going to beg them to work, because I'm still going to work regardless. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, when he's talking about why should I care about, you shouldn't care what I think. Do it for your fucking self. Have some self-respect. Do it for your child that you have. You should want to be fit and healthy so you can live a long life to see your child have children. You should want your wife to see you happy and you to be the best version of yourself. Don't worry about what everyone else thinks of your fat ass. Have some more respect for yourself.